Welcome to my channel, Soldier's Legacy. Today, I am going to tell you a story that will shake your heart and fill your eyes with tears. This is the story of a woman who was more than a soldier. She was a legend hidden behind a call sign that could silence even the toughest Navy SEALs. It was a bright morning at the U.S. Naval Air Station in Virginia. The sound of jet engines echoed across the runway as young pilots trained in perfect formation. An admiral named Charles Donovan stood on the tarmac with his hands behind his back, his white uniform shining in the sun. He was known for his strict discipline and his dislike for anyone who broke the chain of command. That morning, a woman walked toward him, wearing a standard Air Force flight suit. Her name was Captain Emily Hayes. Her steps were calm but confident. She had been transferred from another base without his approval. That made him furious. Admiral Donovan looked at her file and said in a cold voice, "Captain Hayes, you are not authorized to be here. This base is under naval command. You will leave immediately." Emily didn't respond. She simply handed over a sealed envelope marked Top Secret. The admiral ripped it open and glanced at the letter inside. His eyes narrowed. "Classified clearance from the Pentagon," he said in disbelief. "Who the hell are you really?" Before she could answer, a group of Navy SEALs approached from behind, just returning from a classified operation. They were loud, laughing, and rough, until they saw her. In a heartbeat, the laughter stopped. The air became heavy. One of them, a tall man with a scar under his eye, whispered, "No way. That's Ghost Falcon." The admiral turned sharply. "What did you just say?" The SEAL didn't answer. His eyes stayed locked on Emily. Then slowly he raised his hand in salute. The others followed. Emily looked uncomfortable, almost sad. "At ease, gentlemen," she said softly, but her voice carried the weight of command. Even the admiral could feel it. "Ghost Falcon." He repeated that call sign. "I've heard it before. It's supposed to belong to a pilot who died 3 years ago." One of the SEALs finished his sentence quietly. "Over Kandahar. She took down 5 enemy aircraft in a single mission. They said she never ejected." The admiral looked back at Emily, his face pale. "You can't be her. That's impossible." Emily's eyes were distant. "I didn't die, sir, but part of me did." She turned toward the runway where a single F-22 Raptor stood gleaming in the sunlight. Its tail number had been scratched out, and only one word remained on its nose: Ghost. The admiral followed her gaze. "That jet is off limits. It was retired after the Kandahar incident. No one touches it." Emily smiled faintly. "Permission to fly, sir?" He hesitated. "Why now? Why come back after all these years?" She looked at him and said quietly, "Because someone out there is using our technology against us, and I'm the only one who knows how to stop it." The SEALs exchanged glances. One of them stepped forward. "Sir, if she says she can stop it, let her fly. Ghost Falcon saved our lives once. I'd follow her into hell again." The admiral clenched his jaw. He had 100 reasons to say no, but the silence of his men told him something words could not. Minutes later, the entire base watched as Captain Emily Hayes climbed into the F-22. Her hands trembled slightly as she touched the controls. Memories flooding back of the night she was shot down. The fire, the screaming radio, the darkness. The tower gave her clearance. Her voice came through the radio, calm, steady, familiar. "This is Ghost Falcon, rolling down the runway."
Oh.
The jet roared to life. Dust and smoke filled the air as she lifted off, slicing through the clouds like a blade. The admiral watched her disappear into the horizon, his throat tight. He had read her file once, the classified parts that said she was missing, presumed dead. But now, seeing her fly again, he understood why every SEAL on base had fallen silent. Hours later, a distress call came in from the eastern coast. A rogue drone squadron had entered U.S. airspace, same type that had killed her squad 3 years ago. The control room filled with tension. Emily's voice cut through the static. "Target lock confirmed. Engaging now." One by one, the blips on the radar vanished. Her F-22 moved faster than any of them had ever seen. She was outnumbered 10 to 1, but she danced through the sky like lightning. "Ghost Falcon, You're taking heavy fire. Break off. The Admiral shouted. Negative, she replied. Not this time. Another drone exploded. Then another. Finally, only one remained, a massive one armed with missiles. She pulled her jet up into the sun, vanishing from radar, and then dove straight down. The explosion lit up the horizon. The screen went black. The radio went silent. The Admiral's heart stopped. Ghost Falcon, respond? That's an order. No answer. Minutes felt like hours, until faintly a voice came through. Target neutralized. Returning to base, cheers erupted in the control room. Even the Admiral let out a shaky laugh. When she landed, the SEALs ran to greet her, but Emily didn't smile. She climbed down slowly, her face pale. The Admiral approached her. You saved thousands of lives today, he said quietly. She looked at him with tired eyes. No, sir. I just finished what I started 3 years ago, he saluted her. Not as a superior officer, but as a man honoring a legend. The SEAL with the scar stepped forward. We thought you were gone forever. She gave a faint smile. Ghosts never really leave, do they? The Admiral called the Pentagon. Sir, he said into the phone. I recommend reinstating Captain Emily Hayes under her original call sign, Ghost Falcon. The voice on the other end paused. She's alive? Yes, sir, the Admiral said. And she just saved us all. That night, the base held a quiet ceremony. No speeches.
Ow.
No medals. Just silence as the SEALs stood in formation while Emily looked up at the stars. A single tear rolled down her cheek. For them, she whispered, remembering her fallen squad. The Admiral walked up beside her. You know, I was wrong about you, he said. You don't just follow orders. You write history. Emily looked at him and nodded. History isn't written by those who follow orders, sir. It's written by those who dare to break them for the right reason. As she walked away toward her jet, the wind lifted the American flag above them. The SEALs stood silently, knowing they had witnessed something they would never forget. Because on that day, the legend of Ghost Falcon returned, not as a ghost, but as a reminder that courage never dies. So, my friends, if you liked this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Because here on Soldier's Legacy, we tell the untold stories, the ones that prove heroes never fade. They just fly higher.